A locally founded startup called Clik has taken social networking to the next level. Users can sign up to meet strangers for a good time. To explain that, in the studio, the innovators are here, and they are Kevin Ssemwogerere and Kabelo Twala, co-founders of Clik To Party. Gentlemen, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us, Godfrey.
Can I start with you, because you look a little older?
Please go ahead.
How did this come about?
So essentially how it started is I did a trip to LA in 2017, and I visited some friends. And they invited me out to one of their party nights.
Yeah.
So we all congregated at one person's place, and I observed how people were using different on-demand platforms to essentially bring their party experience together.
Right.
So they went onto platforms like Tinder to meet people. They went onto applications that allowed them to essentially source alcohol at cheaper prices and more conveniently. And then, of course, they use platforms like Uber to get to the venue that we were going to that particular day. So at the end of the day, I asked them, is this a convenient experience, or would you like all of this to be on one platform? And they said it would be amazing if it's on one platform.
Yeah.
And that's how the idea was born. And essentially, I thought of this as a global solution because I think all around the world, as people are seeking to meet through events and find events, they're looking for more, should I say, efficient ways of going about it.
So just explain it for the benefit of those who are hearing about this for the first time. What does it actually do?
Yes. So essentially, it is an all-in-one social eventing application.
So on your phone, you've got one little place where you click or Clik To Party, right?
Yes.
And then you find all of these events, etc., etc.
Yes, yes. So it's a mobile application called Clik, spelled C-L-I-K.
Yeah.
And it allows you to do three things. First of all, that's to publish or host an event.
Yeah.
Secondly, that is to find an event that you'd like to go to.
Okay.
And thirdly is to meet like-minded people going to events.
Yeah, it sounds like this is for young people who like to party.
Definitely.
Is that who you're targeting?
That's who we're targeting, yeah. Even how we founded the startup, when Kevin had mentioned, this is him last year, early last year, when he mentioned that he's looking to build a party app. Yeah. We had met at a party.
Oh,
so
okay.
They was like, okay, okay.
Yeah.
We spoke about it, and I've been part of a fintech. I've been in the fintech space for the past 3 years now, and it was quite exhausting. I didn't have like a good schedule to go out partying. So now this was a good excuse to actually focus
you
on
boys need a schedule to go out partying. I like that. Yeah. So tell me, how has it been? How's been the reaction from people?
The reaction has been great in terms of we started this year.
Give me evidence.
So we started this year, February, to actually start marketing the company, and we from then we've had a significant amount of signups, and just this morning I was checking the stats, and we were actually surprised that 88% of the people that have signed up are the people that we've actually targeted.
Sure.
That's people mainly in Johannesburg.
And also your age group.
That's our age group, and
yes, more or less.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, we've had an interesting, the remaining 12% sign up from the rest of the world, from countries such as the US,
really?
Australia, India, across different age groups, using the app, for different use cases.
What do you mean? You mean people like me?
Yeah, it could be people like you.
Really?
Yeah, because essentially this application not only allows you to throw a party, but you can use it to throw an event. You could be a business that wants to invite people to a product launch, or you could even invite people to a book reading club. It's quite diverse because it's all a user-generated content, so it has many applications because you essentially choose how to use the platform.
Right, but this is not just for fun, right?
Of
this
course.
is a business too.
Of course.
Tell me how it works.
Yes. So in terms of the revenue model, right now there are three main revenue models behind it. The first one is advertising. So because of the traffic that will be coming to the platform, there's an opportunity for consumer brands to advertise their products on the platform through in-app mobile displays. And we've seen that, as a use case across many platforms. Facebook, for example, is one of them. And then secondly, we're looking at ticket sales. So we recently included an input for ticket sales. So if you're looking to sell tickets to an event, there's a link which you can add to a particular ticket sale platform. And then the third part is cashless payments for events. That is a very big need in various markets across the world, because when people go to events, they would like to essentially be secure in terms of their spending capacity and spending habits. So we are currently developing a feature called Click Pay, which will be released within the application in the next coming months.
Yeah. So you guys have just started, and I guess you have a certain number that you have built in your heads that will allow you to get to a point where you're able to, what's the point, break-even point?
The break-even point.
Yeah. So at this point, I'd say we're not at liberty to disclose the actual
100%,
number,
100%.
but we can speak broadly.
Give me a time frame, yeah.
Yeah. So we can speak broadly to the size of the opportunity and the time frame. So we are looking to expand this application right now into the rest of the world, starting with the US, especially around the Los Angeles area and San Francisco. And at the same time, there are a lot of statistics that are coming out around the growth of the event industry. So for example, in the US, the event industry has been projected to grow by about 44% by the end of 2020. Sure. And this is
events is conferences, meetings, that kind of thing.
Exactly. But there's definitely a big social element to that, given the millennial generation. And at the end of the day, we are trying to position this application in that particular space because of that opportunity. Eventing is becoming the new way of people connecting, and also the new way of people connecting with brands. So hence, we would like to, in the next 5 years, expand into that international market. But there's also a social element to it from an African perspective. So using technologies such as virtual reality, we want to give the common person in Africa the opportunity to attend a concert or a seminar at Harvard through a virtual reality experience, and that might actually revolutionize the way eventing works in the future.
But it also sounds like there's a lot of education that you guys need to do to try to be able to reach all the corners of the markets that you're looking at. I wanted to talk about the Africa bit a little bit.
Yes.
I don't know if you, do I shoot to you? Do I shoot to you?
You can shoot to me.
So talk to me a little bit about the African response to the launch of the application.
Yes. So initially when we should I say, did a low-scale launch of this product. We first targeted certain African areas through Facebook. And just based on the concept alone, we got quite a quick response from Nigeria, Lagos, for example. So we
Lagos like to party.
Exactly.
Better than Johannesburg, just like the football. Okay. People will kill me.
So we got a very interesting response from Lagos, and it was a quick indicator of the appetite for this within the African region. Just like in the rest of the world, Africa is definitely vibrant. People want to meet through events. I think it's very much part of the African culture. So we definitely see an opportunity there. But I think for us, the bigger vision is how are we going to essentially influence society in terms of development through events, and we definitely see that application coming through.
So do you charge people who advertise on the platform? So not advertise, but who put their events on the platform?
So right now it is working as a free model. So if you want to put an event on, it's absolutely free. If you want to be a user who's looking for events or who's looking to meet people, it's absolutely free. So in terms of the end user, the application is free. It is the other revenue models I mentioned earlier on
that will do the heavy lifting.
Yes.
So earlier today there was some bad news for you guys. There's a story that I saw suggesting that France, as well as some European countries, want to start charging the big social platforms companies. So your Twitter, your Google, your Facebooks, etc., for the revenue that they generate in country. Have you guys prepared for that?
Yeah, certainly. So in terms of our rollout plan, we are looking at all the aspects, including the commercial aspects of the business, because at the end of the day, it's not just for fun. We are a professional business, we're professionally registered, and we've looked at all the necessary regulations that might impact us. So when it comes to, for example, the announcement that you've just mentioned, we've definitely thought about it, and within our internal structures, we've prepared a rollout that will review all the necessary regulations that will affect us at any point in time.
Kabelo, in terms of capacity, how big is this? How big can it get?
Well, we have projected in the next 5 years, it could actually be big as, it could be valued at $100 million.
Right.
That's given the type of apps that we build. So now these could actually scale depending on now how the users now respond to it. And
exactly, that's the other point that I wanted to ask about as well, in terms of the numbers of people who could potentially use this thing. What numbers are you guys projecting? Potentially, could you see this thing crash because everybody so loves the idea? They are all in it at once.
With the number of people that are actually using social media, we had actually looked at stats, and it said that 3.5 billion people around the world are using social media platforms. So that's the target. That's actually who we're targeting. People who are convenient.
And your app would be able to take care of, to process all that?
Yes, essentially. So that 3.5 billion people around the world, which is an interesting context given the world's population, are on social media.
That's almost half the world's population,
Exactly. And that number is projected to grow by about 10% year on year. So because this is a social mobile eventing platform, we are essentially targeting the same people, and that's how big this opportunity can be.
Well, boys, all the best, and maybe let's do a rain check in how many months?
Maybe call us in about 3 to 4 months.
3 to 4 months, and let's see where the numbers are standing at.
Hopefully we'll have some potential investors on board in consumer brands, 100%. Advertising, so please check in.
Thank you, Kevin. Kevin Ssemwogerere and Kabelo Twala, co-founders of Clik To Party.